Let's do this. All right, man. Welcome to it. This is another episode. I'm so excited. I'm starstruck and I'm trying to hold myself together. This is another free ride podcast. So I'm excited to speak to Sis Portia Modise, who is a Banyana legend. The first woman to score 100 goals in Africa. Oh, man, I can say so much about this woman. She's amazing. Her story has been amazing. And so thank you very much to everybody who likes this show, who likes this podcast. It's a free ride podcast. My name is Sipho Masigo. I'm so happy to have our guest today. Keep liking, keep sharing, and make sure that you follow this podcast on all the different platforms. All right, so Portia, thank you so much once again for coming through. I really appreciate it.
Tasiga Mamela Nama, I really appreciate. You know, when people recognize and honor you, now you need to take the ownership and share the story with other people, because at the end of the day, it was never about us, Joe. It was about the gift that we had to inspire others.
Yeah. It's so amazing that a person like you has remained so humble after all the things you've achieved, things you've seen around the world, traveling around Africa. What keeps you humble?
I think Kulekas.
Yeah.
You know, Kulekas, I think in his cut, it's a generation here you were raised by Ikas.
Okay.
And we were supported by different parents, different fathers, different parents from different houses. You know, so for me it was, like I said, to play. You know, the game was not really to be better than others. Was to share the talent that I had to inspire others, to say it doesn't matter really where we come from. If you have it, you have it.
Yeah.
Probably you can make a different out of what you have. Something that you were given by Unkulunkulu. You know? So for me, I think in Tenyenza humble is seeing young people, you know, when they see me, they also strike, and me being able to engage with them and give them an opportunity, you know, to ask me, good, how did I do it? You know, Posh, we saw you struggling, we saw you coming from the shack. You know, we saw you know, changing your life. I think me being able to share that, not being distanced to them, because I was once, Nkulekas, it's not even I was once, I'm still a Kas. And seeing the struggles that we have, the youth, I feel good, me being part of that, and them seeing me doing well and improving from this advantage in Kulaguyo, it will inspire them. You know, that is the most thing against good to be humble. But the more I humble, the more I change lives.
So Kulela Gup.
Nkulela la YCT kasi ma7. Nkulela kasi Nkulela YCT.
Yeah. And then so when did you first realize, hey, this kid's my thing?
To tell the honest truth, I didn't know which I was gifted. I don't think Mengiz or Landeli Diski. I was lucky even now that they were talented, they will play, you know, week in, week out, and sometimes they will babysit. So maybe on babysitter, they'll take me to the grounds, and when I was busy watching them, lapema grounding, then one day there was this thing that I always come and watch them. Only to find out I had it. I had it. And then when we were going home, he was like, and that every day after I mentioned tribula. So tribula, I think I started to enjoy, I started to learn, I started to be in it.
Yeah.
You know, then in America I say come sing it at an electric strat in the challenge.
What tribula? Yo. Bodlali one pal. Yo. But that culture hasn't changed. You know?
I think it has changed.
Is it? A lot more now.
We don't see much young kids, you know, being involved in Columbus Valley. We're seeing them Chicago, Tina, we used to play all these things, Joe. I think it what made us, to search other talents that we had besides, go to them Nandeskela. So I think in Musizano Manazlali, they concentrating into this wrong. But at the same time, I always say, Gusi, if there's no proper structure that has been built in the township, to develop the youth, there's nothing we can do.
And then it's so true, man, because Vamokasi all over, you realize that they're either on their phones or and it's just not happening. Why do you think there's no development for this?
To tell the honest truth, it's not even about it. This I think all the sports, I think it's a responsibility also. I'm a counselor, when they got there, when they get this position and try to think what they can do for their township, to minimize crime, to minimize pregnancy, to minimize drugs. You build facilities. You have legends in every class that they wish if they were facilities. That we can use those facilities to give back. But now when there is no structure and that is not like we always have money to say, let me help, let me give back a gas, and at the same time it will end up costing you, because you know how black parents are. Sometimes our work was supportive in terms of us being involved with sporting. So it's not like, things they can't happen because I think the passion, it's not there for sports anymore.
Yeah, so sad, man. So all right, so and then when did you join your first football team?
I think in joining team 1994, which was a Cosmos Ladies. I was still very young, but I was playing with boys. I started to play in Rangers boys. I was almost 12 years to my 11. And I started to play with boys, go under 10. Then I graduated under 12, under 14, under 17. I think when I was playing under 17, I was 13.
Both 13 under 17?
Yes. And at that time it was even worse. So I think I was grateful and blessed. I would say I'm a chance and cool now. Upstairs, it was not this situation which situation and then now they will enjoy me being featured and making other men's lives difficult. So I was grateful and I was blessed. I was surrounded by those guys, because without those guys' support and the mentality that they had in that age, and with the smaller opportunities and the knowledge that we had then, and if they didn't have a proper knowledge, I don't think I was gonna be the person that I am, because
So it was like, and with Amagency, we are always upfront.
Probably it's what I'm struggling about. And they taught me how to be tough, and they taught me how to stand for something that for something that I feel good, I'm worth it. And seeing them, making it in a professional level, I knew one day I will make it if there is a professional level. If our country was free in terms of gender equality, I'm 100% sure for Pirates or Chiefs.
You could fit in.
Because most of my time I'm out. And I managed, and I was the best. So for Uti Baba open-minded and welcome me especially. I think they made Portia Modise.
But now at the time there was no women football as big as it is maybe now. So did you think Uguti one day you'll play and represent South Africa? I
didn't even think there were women football teams.
You didn't?
I thought the wait. you know, ngidroma namajita, ngicabanga ukuthi ngijita. Yabona understanding nje ukuthi kuhambani ngami, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, when isikhathi mesiya, when I started to play namajita, sengidlala in a competitive league namajita, we started to play in Abo School of Excellence. When we played in Abo School of Excellence, I got Abo coach that they have a knowledge with the ease, Abo team, Abo cheer. Then they started to say, "Push." We don't even know to cheer. We wanted to take you to the School of Excellence, but no, we cheering. Good team la pe El Cambo Abo cheer Cosmos. Then I knew which I needed to change my ways because I will never have a fair opportunity. I will never play with professional side.
Yeah.
So I started to look for a team Abo cheer and actually Cosmos ladies.
Yeah.
Until Cosmos ladies and actually Abo cheer. Then I started. You know, then Mnandi. Then I started to grow from there. I started to see Sochulidis. I was signed by Sochulidis. When I played for Sochulidis, then I started to be selected to play for my interprovincial. I was scouted there to play for under 19 national team Basitsana.
Yeah.
And then when I was a captain for Basitsana, I started to be selected to play for Banyana. Then I was juggling both.
Yeah.
At some point,
I remember. Yeah.
At some point, then I end up captaining also on Banyana.
Yeah. And so the struggles of playing among females, girls, was it different to playing against Amachit?
To tell the truth, yes. I think I've a little bit struggled to play because
what do you mean?
It's like how they scared to even voice out for things that they believe they deserve.
Okay.
You know, they scared to voice out for things zenzeke the way bacabanga ukuthi kumele zenzeke ngakhona. They always feel intimidated. They always believe ukuthi kunomuntu ongenzela ifavor ukuthi I must play for a national team. Hey baba kekho I worked. Akekho umuntu ongenzela ifavor. I worked hard.
Sacrifice.
I sacrificed a lot to play for that country, for this country. I sacrificed a lot to sing that national anthem. Akusina noma ubani ongathula national anthem. You know, be going to be a soldier on that moment.
Yeah.
So for Abocheri, sometimes, you know, when where we're coming from in our development space, in our club level, there's no much support. Agna support, agna structure. Then when you go to the national team, you know, you get to the little things that when you don't get in your team, you feel good it's enough. And sometimes, you know, when they start to voice, whatever that you get, it's enough. Now you start to feel good. Yeah, right.
True.
No, really, Abeko right. You know, we needed really to stand firm, and so that is why it's I struggle to because I was always the vocal one.
Yeah. And
and they support each other. So we think about chair, the watcher about backstab. Status Bambela meeting Kona Bambe and say figure before Tina see figures.
Yeah.
You know, it's always a problem. I'm not saying good to know much it I could in corner, but I think it more happens go more cheer. That is why Bungabina more improvement because I don't think we support each other that much. You know, whoever that gets whatever it gets, if I need to hold on to it, I don't have to spoil it because you know our opportunities as women are limited. And people who are holding power, they are men, and sometimes when you try to expose them, you know, for effect, you're not gonna get a job anymore. So those are the things that I struggle with in women's football.
And you've been vocal, and you've been standing up for women football. And so, do you remember your first game for Banyana?
My first game, Banyana, I think I was playing in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mesida Efoslara Stadium, we were hosting the Africa Cup of Nations. It was 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah, my first game was the thing is, it was never about the first game because my first game was with Basitsana.
Oh yes.
You know, because playing for Basitsana is like I'm playing already for
sure.
Team.
Yeah.
The only difference that happened was me being promoted to the first team.
To the senior team.
So being in the senior team, mostly. Into excited for me to play with these big players, you know, that I normally saw, you know, after knowing about women's football, then I started to redo the research. I started to know about Felix Joel, about Spongile Kumar, about Joanne Solomon, about Kabuzita, about Veronica Peo, about Pusham Tokwana, you know, I can name them, you know, when I saw them, I'm like, hey, I want to be part of this team.
Yeah, this is me. This is where I see me. Yeah.
I mean, I know they knew football. You know, there was one thing that I was very arrogant in.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, she's
but when I met those Giants players, I felt like, wow, I belong here. You know, because ungabeka ama-Giants last club.
Yeah. Nyawashaya. Yo.
So
yeah.
for me, that courage and that strong heart, that talent, you know, that leadership that was there.
Yeah.
I felt good. Hey, I want to play for this team, and it happened when I played again. Our first game, Mamela. That was the best moment, and I made sure that I enjoy my first game because I Solomon.
Yeah.
I think I've learned a lot go when join Solomon as a young player and as a striker because I believe Gucci they were the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was this player that was very stereotype or a figure was Jirugutu Mnandi, I don't think Mengzobalang corner today, but I thank God I was really open minded to learn and take as much as I can from that team. Yeah.
Wow, man. Because you know, I heard something about actually it was Gary Neville was talking about Manchester United at the time, when there were small or younger players coming into the team. They had to rely on the older, experienced players, and all of them had to take a lead from the older, experienced players. You don't come there arrogant, or no.
I think when Sipo, it's something that we lack today with the young players that are coming and are taking over. We don't raise which they are talented. Of course, generation and generation they will be talented in a different way, but you will never and an experience when you start growing in your talent. It simply says there are people who were there before you already now, but they walk that journey that now you're starting to walk, and today they are the seniors. They have an experience more than you, so you need to learn as much as you can from them. Which now also sala you equipped in every angle, because when you were born talented, you're already a full player. You're not a full player. You come with your thing, then you learn from others, then you make a gem.
Yeah.
You know, so I do believe Gucci what legs players of today they come, they think I'm still about Bakta, maybe Mnandi not understanding Gucci we are Shanganese.
Yeah.
It's more even easier, more chola a senior player that wants to mentor you. Because I can see Gucci Mnandi, but here uzongipa a journey that mean a problem is where you walk today that is only mass. You know, tomorrow I don't end up where I want to end up, because I already walked that part and they saw go to in this he already she or he already try to guide me in this young age I mustn't go to that part. Yes, this isn't them George and them Nando's later but how do you handle that situation? How do you recognize in the pure as a good, you know, because China today when we're in the spotlight, you know, who's crazy about you. You don't even see they have a good intentions, good intentions. So when you have someone who mentor, take it, take it, because one thing for sure, whatever journey and the experience and he's gonna pass it on to you, and when I was over bomb.
Yeah, true. And so what made you like be Maufigara to understand as in la experienced? I want to learn from them. I want to suck from them, and not be like lama player la uguti I'm figure they are arrogant.
Because I respected their talent. Maybe Mnandi. My man is not. You know, there was one thing about me that's
yeah.
You know,
and I feel you're born.
And I was straight about that, because I know the effort I put, I know the hard work that I put with Mnandi.
Yeah.
You know, then when I play with players that are really not putting in effort, I'll say it. I'll make you feel small because I feel that you don't belong here. We need champions here, you know. And at that time, I'm playing with the senior players that they really want to give in, you know. And the reason they want to give in, they want to win things and to change the mentality about women's football in our country. It was never about us playing. When we're playing for that national team, it was never about us playing. It was about us playing, winning, to change the mentality of South African people towards the women's sports, because we wanted to be paid the same. We wanted to make a living, you know, out of what we're doing. You know, we wanted to be seen as athletes, not as women. You know, so with us, it was very personal. It was never about the game.
It's deep.
I mean, it was too deep. So for me, seeing those struggles to senior players in Figelegu, and understanding and knowing and seeing, but one day they will retire with nothing. And as young I was thinking, at some point I'll be like them. Yes, they'll leave me, I'll play because I'm young. But at some point, 10 years, 15 to 20 years later,
now you'll be in the same.
I'll be in the same shoes like them. Then I felt good. I needed to soldier up. I needed to be strong on their behalf. They might not benefit to my fight. But others will benefit. I didn't benefit. But others today are benefiting. Now, but they need to fight with the ones who are coming after them. They need to get it better. You know, they need to start to make a living out of what they do. Because if I didn't wake up and say, hey man, but the relative things, we're coming from disadvantaged homes.
True.
You know, we were raised by single parents. We also want to change our lives. And this thing, it takes a lot. To go work other jobs. You want to be the best in this thing. But you suppress because you are a woman. No one wants to see you. No one understands why you're putting an effort to this. You know? And I felt good. As much as I'm so good in this game, I'm good to you know? So I'm gonna use the voice. Yes, it's not gonna pay me, but I'm gonna use the voice to change the way women's football is being seen. These players, they deserve better. They deserve to have a good living out of what they do. They deserve to go back home and build things for their parents. To just thank their friends, their family. You know, throughout the support of our career, what they did. You know, you look back, you have people that mentored you. You have people that supported you. You have people that they played a role. You know, to be parents in your life while as you were struggling. You know, growing up in a disadvantaged home. But you look back today, Joe, and when you look them, you're like, these people in their head, they're thinking, good, maybe you've forgotten about them. Mama, if I had an opportunity, I was going to celebrate them. You know, if I had a means, you know, and celebrate them. Because without them having the passion and the love for the development space, I'm not sure we made it.
There's a goal that you scored, Puma center line, and it wasn't far from the center line, and you just shot this ball. Hey man, it was like, but okay, you've scored a lot of goals, more than 100 goals. Which one stands out for you? I think I'm gonna find that clip. I'm gonna play it somewhere.
I think all of my goals stand up for me. Because it's not easy to score. You can ask any player. True. We have during the week, you know, to practice as a team. You know, to find those combinations, to find that understanding. You know, to even gel outside the game. You know, try to understand each other outside the game before we can go inside the game. So to even get those players that had an understanding of you individually, but we came as a team and try to make this to look good and try to make these individual players look good out of the teamwork. It's a hard work. It's a hard work. It's planned. It's strategy. So for me, all of my goals,
Yeah.
There are players Joe Ababu's season maybe try Kubabu's Bakoraman goals 2 or 9 or 3.
Yeah.
So it's about also your job as a player. Every weekend when I'm assigned, when I get a call up national team which why I accepted this call up. Do I understand why I'm going to sing the national anthem?
The pride.
I understand. I'm not going there to play for me. I'm presenting the nation. I'm inspiring a lot of young women how they must be involved in the game. I'm changing a lot of men out there to say we can give women's football a chance. If Abu Portia can do it better, it simply says maybe we're not giving it enough a chance. For me, mostly it was about that. The national anthem, I wanted to contribute. I wanted to be seen. Not really to be seen to be better than others, but I wanted to say I was a soldier. For this country, I lead this country. I worked for this country. So each and every goal of mine,
it meant something.
It was a fight. It was a fight. It was a journey of saying, give us a chance. Give us a chance.
One thing about our strikers is that, like, for instance, especially the best strikers like yourselves, is that I always find it's teamwork, it's strategy, yes, but it's also finding the right spaces, running into the right and finishing. Because they take shots at goals, but abakori baya mesa. Did you practice taking targets as well? Like
I said, it's hard work. You're giving yourself that extra training session. Don't wait for your coach. Before your coach, what is it that you want to achieve? Because that person is just a guidance. Just giving the extra knowledge. For you to excel. Are you able to take the message? Are you able to see what sometimes that they've been guided isn't about guiding us in the game, and it also it's about you understanding the field. Also, it's not about running all over like an head. It's all about understanding the transition. When it starts to happen in the strike, where do you position yourself? And also, like I said, it's also about the understanding of the players now. Which when you start to see Veronica Pewayale, I know which Veronica Pewayale. This is the position that I need to position because these are the things that we do in training session. Nothing will change weekend. Nothing will change weekend. What will change weekend is to gain our confidence even more. To apply what we've been practicing weekend. If we were not practicing really, if there was no need to practice as a team, weekend. But we can't do that.
You have to practice.
We need to practice because each and every player grows. Each and every month, each and every day, you try to grow as a player. There's things that we discover about you each and every day. Which it's also about understanding the players now. Which playing connect. So those are the things I feel good players of today they don't understand. They just go there because is then Sasumuntu is being selected to go play for Chiefs or Pirates. That contract is being terminated in issue. But I'm loan to some club. I understand why because the game none gas. Let's say the professionalism of fun.
I mean, as you were speaking earlier on about it sounded to me when you were more of an activist for women, for the rights of women in football and in sport in particular, because there was an incident that actually happened in basketball in the US. There was a US basketball lady who went to Russia and she got arrested. And when they started talking, they spoke about how little basketball players, I think they were getting $400,000, whereas men were getting up to 200 million.
Yes.
And just the disparities between why women earn so little in sports. I mean, it's something you've been fighting about, you've been speaking about it. What do you think needs to be done? Because it's like you've spoken so many times. You've even gotten into trouble at some point.
Yeah.
And burnt relationships, I can imagine.
Yes.
Abanye, but they're like, yes, but we don't like it.
Yeah. I always say to people who are not saying it, I'm one person I think that was not gonna be a captain, was not gonna be a leader if my discipline was never in the right place.
Yeah.
I was not gonna make it this far. I was not gonna be the top goal scorer, international in Africa. If my head was not in the right place. I think I was always disciplined. I always knew what I wanted to go. I always knew what I wanted to achieve. In my heart, I did achieve all those things. Even when I don't get the recognition that I'm supposed to get, as a best achiever. But in my heart, it tells you which if you set your mind to something and you work hard to it, you achieve it. It's up to you which one. How far you want to go. So for me, while I was fighting, the equality in men's football, the payment gap, I realized which is not like everyone will be strong like me. Sometimes when we're famous, when most hambe strateni usekasi, hambe strateni, you get being abused by your community too. Because even in your community, there is so much expectations of you, how you need to live, how you need to dress, how you need to, have fun with your life. Because now, TV, you need to have everything all the time. You need to drive this car. Then when you're on TV and when you mingle with your community and you don't have all these things, the abuse starts. People think they can say things to you. Some they think they own your life. They know your life more than you. Then you know what it does. It starts to make you drift, out of the community. So colors valid, so colors so many depressions. Then it's not like many of us who will be strong like us pasha. We say vele ngikula kithi ngena next. So yeah, vele ngiyadlala disk. Yeah, vele ngiholo. But in science and thing, I still change people's hearts. It was never about money anyway. You understand? So if ngiyakwazi ukudlala, kusesinabantu abakwazi ukungihaka, kusesinabantu abangibulisa, kusesinabantu abangitshela the way ngichange impilo zabo ngakhona, the way ngidlala ngakhona idisk. For me, I turned my mind and say, I know this thing was supposed to make a living. I know this thing was supposed to change where I grow up with time. Not now, but with time. I do believe, yes, you're right, Muti. The things I'm saying, they are to other people's ears, they are very sensitive. Just because they know which is the truth. You're exposing things that they were not supposed to be exposed. But they were not supposed now to be comfortable.
True.
But I felt, Guti, they are comfortable. There will never be a justice if now we're not speaking.
Yeah.
At some point one needs to take the punch. I raised my hand again. I was like, I will take the punch.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking I have a lot of sisters in the wood that they will have kids, brothers in the wood that will have kids one day. I come from the wood that they will want to play this game. They will be knocking to my house asking me, Portia, is it okay with this? I need to have a right answer.
Yo, that's deep.
I need to have a right answer because it will be said of me to say, then in say about obsessed against this guy, then later this thing, I'm showing depression. I don't want that. That is why I say I will raise my hand to fight. Which when I get those knocks from my door, then I will have a right answer and say, go play now. Because I know for a fact with this girl, he will make a living out of what he's doing.
There's a thing you said, Uguti, maukulelekas, and then you sort of try and live your dreams. Then everybody has my expectations. Uguti, melu hambe ngemoto liso, melu hlale kuphi, melu, and then like I can almost imagine the insults. Uguti, mfethu awungayi 5 rand, mawuthi awunalo. Then it's an issue again, or people just expect Uguti uzoba neta all the time, thinking Uguti, just because you appear here, just because they see you on social media, just because they have this thing, Uguti, success or being famous or being known means ukuthi there's money there. Yeah.
You know, Mina, I think, you know, I survive it ngoba my personality never changed.
Okay.
It's like ngingayithatha njengomuntu osipanayo ngihlala ngikhula ngibabone endladleni umuntu ageze kuseni esipanini yabuya ntambama. I took it like that.
Yeah.
Ngageza ngaye egroundini ufaka amaboots ngiyadlala ngiyabuya. The only difference again, mine, I didn't have a privacy.
Yeah.
It was people's thing. You know, it needed to entertain people. So now, when I come back, in people's mind, it's no longer a job for me. Now I'm a celebrity.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I know it was a job. So that is why I can face it as. Don't put me to your problems. If one born a celebrity, it's good for you.
it's your
thing. It's good for you. But me, I'm such a human being like any other human being.
Yeah.
The only thing that I was trying to do, I was trying to show others good they can make a living out of this. It's so unfortunate good thing I was suppressed. It's not like I was not gonna be able to make a living out of it. I was gonna make so much living out of this if women they were not suppressed in this country.
Yeah. Yeah.
If women they were not suppressed in this country, already my living I made it.
Yeah.
You understand? There is nothing left that I need to do to work and say, hey, man, at this. I worked, Joe.
Yeah.
I pushed. I pushed. Country.
Hours commitment.
Country. I didn't cheat my job.
Jesus.
But now, kunomuntu vele uzothi no passion manje passion ngachaya inkinja le mali Portia ngachaya inkinja anginje. I have so much responsibility. Yes, unkinja uzonkinja vele mo bani fun, but very responsible. Because you know Gucci, you are a role model. You know, you inspire a lot of people out there. I'm still a human being. You need to remember, I can't limit myself to an extent that I forget myself. While as other people, they do what they want to do each and every day. They please themselves each and every day. They enjoy. When they will be calculating what they did to really enjoy their lives. While as men, I want to also suppress myself. While I was suppressed, now I still want to suppress myself and say, I can't do 1, 2, 3 because you Portia Modise. I'll do anything that I want to do, but in your respect, because I'm still a human being.
You know what I'm picking up from you, Guti? There's a lot of people who may have walked in similar shoes, in a sense, Guti. You become known and everybody sees you as a celeb. And then when you are no longer there, lento le yabadla, and then they become depressed. Guti, they get, Portia Modise. Then the next thing you live on this fame. You then valela ngaphakathi, like you were saying earlier on. So that helped you to stay real to yourself, Uguti, not to fall into the trap and not to fall into the depression mode.
I rather stand for something than being a celebrity.
Okay.
Like you said, I've been vocal, you know, for women's football, for women general in sport, advocating, you know, for right things. They must get equality. The life needs to change. I've been out there helping. I rather stand for something. You know, I rather sit and help people. You know, than me coming gokas. I don't greet anyone. Now I'm an alien. I feel like I'm different than others. Forgetting Gucci. Without these people recognizing you, you're not gonna be DJing nothing. Without these people listening to your music, you're not gonna be DJing nothing. Without me, these people buying ticket to come take their time going to the stadium, it was not gonna be Portia Modise and nothing. You know, with their love, with their recognition, when they greet me, go straight. That's money for me, dude.
Yeah.
You know, that's money for me. People telling me, "We're Portia Saktanda, Portia, when we can to say, for me, that's money for me."
Yeah.
Problem is, when you ngabulisi bantu sengibona ngidifferent kunabantu, you know, mase ngifike kasi ngikhuphula amawindow ngisafuna umoya ungishaya ngisafuna abantu bangibulise bangimemeze, you know, sengilento le impossible. Mamela Joe, I never wanted to be a celebrity.
Yeah.
To be a celebrity, is like another career. That you need to maintain. And when things are not going well, it suppresses you.
True.
You know? Can I be an inspire? Can I be a teacher? You know, when I leave, when I look back, I say, wow, I've changed 15 lives. You know, I've given hope to a lot of women. You know, then that's me being a celebrity.
That's a big task. That's a big mission. Yes,
I know it is a big mission, but I think I enjoy doing that more than anything than me. Ngikhomela abantu ngekho umuntu engikhuluma naye, ngekho umuntu ongibuzayo ukuthi push ukuthi ngiyenze so mele ngiyenze kanjani. Kusasa hamba uyenza angifonela athi push thanks isan yabona ngale advice ngishaya ngaphakathi mengeke ngikwazi ukuyenza lento ngaphandle kwakho ukuthi ungitshela. I rather get that than getting ukuthi hey lo yazibona utshela ukuthi uyawishi awe yabona manje sengushola into eziningi ukuthi ngiwe abantu sebangitshela ukuthi ngizikhohliwe ukuthi ngiphuma pha ngizikhohlwanga ukuthi ngiphuma. I understand ukuthi ngiyobani. I understand my gift. I understand the purpose of my gift. I understand why I became popular. Ukuthi I need to inspire. I don't need to be different than others. It's like when kunomfundisi umfundisa preacher lapha esontweni. Ngeke ngapreachela ukuthi abe famous, ngeke preachela to give hope. You know, it's people who are taking it wrong sometimes. But even us, we play a role, you know, to behave as like we're not a normal human beings anymore. We are so human. That is why when things are happening in our way, people, they don't have mercy on us. Because what we are displayed, it's like Siphume Igazi different ngoba Siphume TV. Siphume Igazi one.
Fine.
Whatever. Mamela, no more me beglahlile bakchitela nami I go through things like that. You know, so I don't know why people they think we are different. But I think I'm thankful that I stayed true to myself. Mamela, a lot of times it's ngikhuzuka. A lot of times ngikhuzuka nje ungane nemali okubhaya khona ungena namali okubhaya isinkwa. But for a fact ukuthi I was the person that I am. I had a lot of support from my township.
That's powerful, man. That's powerful. There's another thing that just came to mind is that you've written a book. You've released it on Google Play and on Apple stores. I was checking it out. I'm like, how different and unique is this? Because you realize with just print alone is not going to, you know, so go digital. What made you firstly write the book?
My journey.
Okay.
I think the more I've drove my journey, the more I wanted to write. You know, because there was nothing really said I don't have to write about my journey. Everything was like, Portia, you need to write about your book. The journey, the difficulties, the challenges, the success, you know, the happiness in it. So for me it was, if I'm gonna die with this experience, if I'm gonna die with this journey, see justice. I need to write about this journey. I need to tell people what I've did to achieve this, what I went through to achieve what I've achieved, where I come from, you know, for people to even celebrate me today. Who am I? You know, because I know for a fact where I come from, there are a lot who are like me. So when I wrote this book, I was like, I'm writing it for every generation that will be like me. They must read this book so they can make better decisions for themselves. I wish someone read a book before me, so I can go and read this book. Kusasa, I'm 100% sure I'm going to better choices for myself. You know, so there is no way I will allow other young women to make the decision that I made. They were not bad decisions. They were not bad decisions because, like I said, I never made bad decisions, because if I made bad decisions, Portia Modise today, achieve the things that I achieved. But I believe I was gonna make better choices.
Yeah. If you knew better.
If I knew better.
If there was somebody to guide you.
Someone,
at that level.
I'm 100% sure ukuthi ngabe ngingadlala idisk for fun of it. Ngabe ngingayeskela.
Yeah.
You know, ngabe ngingayeskela ngadlala idisk for the fun of it. You know, mekuzoba just an entertainment sports that I will play mengithi I'm on leave. You know, because even today, when people see women's football, when Banyana won the Africa Cup of Nations, now people believe that women's football is changing. Women's football is not changing about anything. You know, women's football will never change without sponsor putting money. Women's football will never change. Besides, our president said every woman needs to get equal what the men gets.
And it's still not happening.
It's still not happening. If our president can't stand there and say that women's football will never change, nothing will make women's football to be equal. Because at the end of the day, women's football is not Banyana only. There's teams these girls are belonging to.
True.
There's other players who are helping these teams, who are presenting the country to stay fit. Bona, they don't deserve nothing. While when you're watching PSL, there are a lot of players who never played for Bafana, but they have a living, they're still enjoying their career. They get the respect that they deserve. Why now all of us, we need to fight to play for Banyana in order to get the recognition and get the legal incentives that they get.
And that's the thing, is that, I mean, when they made all these pronouncements, and I was thinking, no, man. So they are making all these pronouncements, ko Banyana, but what about the teams below that? How do I check out every PSL team, the women's league or women's football, it gets the equal sort of funding and support and so on.
So that is why, Kerry, it's still going to take time.
Yes.
You know, to see women's football to be in a place where it deserves to be. When I'm asking, Tasi, really now, what's difficult? Because what you plan for Bafana, as a talent different, as talking different. Same boots, soccer boots, socks, kit, jeans. We sing the same nationality. That Pola I'll now weave.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm not German card.
Next.
People all around lens and Kumbusi one.
Yeah.
We're all kicking that thing. I'll not gender. So now, I'm asking, someone took that thing and draw the genders. That is why there's a problem. Because you can't tell me today, with as much as I'm being punished with the things that I said, what is it that you show wrong? Into yenzela abafana, what you do to PSL? Can you do the PSL amantombazana? Yini wrong ngisho?
Nothing.
Nothing. Yes, you're gonna adopt a women team. Are you adopting women's team Gamampela to give support to grow women's football, or are you adopting for a CAF? Because when you adopt now the ladies team, you need to adopt with a pure heart, believing which women's football will work, women's football will grow. And you can't adopt one team, because the team that when are you gonna adopt, most of them probably are about to retire. You need to have 5 division or 6 division, under 12, under 15, under 17, under 19, under 20. Then it's your first team. Then now we know which women's football will grow. It will regenerate players. You know, we'll see also the small leagues that they will be supporting the first team league one day. So where is women's football growing? Where? Because now you can go and look all the teams. You can go and see all the teams that are playing Hollywood bed and ask those teams, without this team, how many teams you have? They only have one team. You know why? Because it's not easy to run women's football. They don't have money. These players, they come from disadvantaged home. You need to give them money to eat, transportation. Some of them, you need to even play a role to be a parent, because they don't have parents. Just that time you do that because you want to save the talent that this girl has. You know, wrong. You understand? So it takes a lot from you, while there is no money in women's football. So where is women's football growing? That MENA, I don't see. when people say, Portia jealous. With what? I'm the top goal scorer in Africa. It means you understand?
Yeah.
So in Lemina today, I'm a hustler. I was never made by football. I had a family. Football was something that I needed to be successful out of yon and change my life. Understand? But when that thing didn't give me money,
you continued with the hustle.
I continued in the hustle. Because that's a fun span, maybe guy span, or something Coca-Cola for many years. Most so resign. I can't be busy in Coca-Cola. I need to move on. You understand? Football house, it's the very same thing. You understand? We worked there and we're done. But now we're not angry which we want to work there. We want these girls about after Tina to get better. They can't get what we've got.
Because they looked up to you.
They looked up to us.
And now they're saying...
And we're fighting for our work. Without us putting those maps, they were not going to be a president of any nothing. You understand? You are a president because there's players. There's us. You are president just because players. You're running a football association that it needs players. Without players, there's no football association.
True.
You understand? So there's players who put that mark that needed to be president.
It's true.
So Tina, we're trying to protect our work. You see, my man, I worked until there are people who worked until this point in Banyana Banyan. We came in, we took over, we worked until these girls they took over. They worked. They went to go and win the Africa Cup of Nations. It needs to be a chain. It needs to continue, but not continue with nothing. It needs to be better.
And it must be clear plans.
We want to see. I want to see my fellow teammates. No more drive. I want to see you refugee shining Simbi. I want to know about Kijimisa. Yabambulisa. Mamela.
But your vision is always been, from what I'm picking up, your vision has always been bigger than you. Uguti, you've always made it about other people. Uguti, to inspire others, to help others. Yes, you wanted to do it for you too, but it just sounds to me, Uguti, like I think of Abo Mama Winnie Mandela, strong women who actually fought for the rights of others. They didn't have to, but you chose that path, Uguti Yazin. This is what inspires me about just listening and listening to your passion. Are you not getting any form of support from other women who are ex-players who are trying to maybe take on this fight with you? Because the fight is far from over.
The fight is far from over, but the sad part, I'm not doing it to be supported.
Okay.
That's the thing. I'm not doing it to go see. They couldn't fight while they were still playing. Now they're even scared worse because they're looking for those opportunities to get jobs. So now when they will start to fight, they know that the opportunities they will be closed even worse. So they're sitting and thinking, when I'm quite proud one day they will remember me and call me.
Yo.
You understand? So for me, I'm not even doing it just because I want people to support me. I'm doing it just because I know for a fact with their hearts, they do support me every day.
Yeah.
I know when they see me speak, they like, Posh, please tell them. It's just that, Tina, we can't.
Yeah.
And I still want to play. And I know if I can support you right now, they will close doors for me.
Wow.
Yeah. So I know for a fact, I'm not just saying things that I dreamed of.
Yeah.
I'm saying things that are happening. I always say, if in Kulmamang, Kalabang piggies.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I always say that it's just if you don't see it, respect for Abantabatala. Nakona, I'm not even disrespecting anyone. I'm just saying
things as you see it and
things
feel it.
That I've learned, things that I've seen in my path, things that I've experienced. I'm talking about those things. So I'm saying if Kawampela, strongly people feel good, I'm disrespectful. I'm busy, if I don't call into order. I'm disciplined. I'm 100% sure as Nagiti, while I'm a breadwinner, doing everything that I'm doing, I'm still get disciplined. I was never changed by money. before mina ngiba nemali bazali bami benemali bangiyenzela and they azange bangiboss.
Yeah.
So akunakuthi ngoba mina nginemali today ngizobossa abantu basekhaya. I will still be a child ekhaya.
With respect.
Until ngithenge yami indlu, then I will boss my own house.
Yeah.
But ngisahlala ekhaya, it doesn't matter what money I get, what money I give go high. I still ask if I need to ask things. So if for real, I'm just being disrespectful, please. Ngicela bangiphikise but bashini labantwana bahola imali ngeke bashini women's football manje siyiplanela ukuthi kwenzakala so within a month women's football will be getting equality teams will be adopted kusasa PSL league there will be 2 teams playing 2 official teams male female if tickets there were $60 600 rand we fixed this we see the vision please.
And we are far from that.
We are far from that. We are so far from that for a fact, you know, I always tell people, you know, to talk about things that are happening, that other people, they are ashamed of talking about. You know, when you're talking about the witchcraft, God is king.
Yeah.
It's happening.
So it's happening.
Listen, this thing is happening. And it's so unfortunate, the more we're running away from it, the more it's happening.
Yes.
So for mina angzokhuluma things that I've experienced.
Okay, yeah, what I hear this.
Things that I've experienced, good skin.
Yes.
Getting to inyawo zakho ziyadumba. Muthi akuphysio, akekho umuntu okwazi ukukunceda. You know, until a physio what person akutshela ukuthi ayi mina ngicabanga ukuthi kumele uyobona labantu benu laba besintu, you know, because we've been doing this and every time when I think ngicabanga ukuthi uyaphola upholi hayi go mamela mina ngikhula ekhaya elomthandazo probably kithi kunabafundisi abayi3 ne at some point they needed to change their mind, you know, about how they will help me. Yes, they wanna pray, yes, they wanna put umthandazo every day ukuthi ngiphole, but that didn't work. They needed to take me to some traditional places, you know, to get help. And I did get help, make no mistake.
Yes.
You know? I did get help, make no mistake. So it's what I'm saying, Hore. It's so unfortunate, it will happen where there's no money in women's football.
Yeah.
What makes you think it will never happen in the men's world where there's privileges and where there's the money? You know? So, and that time, I get Waiti, when those things happen, they say, when you believe in these things, sometimes you can associate with a woman if you're going to hunt again.
Oh, yeah.
Because it will disturb, you know?
Everything, yeah.
So, we used to cutting rays for men's game.
Yes.
You know, at some point, that thing was cut. You know, because they started to believe in these things. Teams started to believe in these things. Women, they can't play because if women play first, you know, they're taking away our digoloshis, you know.
So it's deep, this thing.
Mamela. Enjoy it. You know, it's all about beliefs. You know, when it's funny when you meet these guys, big guys that will play for these big teams. I'll tell you, we used to do these things. We do these things with our teams.
Yeah.
You know, they are there. So when those things happen, mostly they will tell you which women are not allowed to be associated in the same space with you. So probably, you know, that is our disadvantage. That is why we're still struggling in women's football.
Yeah.
You know, because for me, I don't see why it's difficult to change this thing today. Why?
I've seen like before Mamechakala, like players would go to Mapalini, Bayohoya.
According to people's mind,
I mean, some you see with keep something in my pocket and then they throw it.
So it tells you.
So it just also says, Ugote, if there's so much witchcraft in football, it makes even the likes of you, even to have a bigger fight. Ngoba manje, you are fighting against Ama powers that be who uses Ama traditional healers to protect their teams, to protect their positions. And so here you're a believer, you're a prayer, and then you now need to uyobona now ukuthi go to traditional healers if you are being attacked?
Joe, you'll do it.
Yo.
You'll do it. You like it or not, you'll do it. I've been doing it. I'm sure being the best player that I was, it was not gonna be easy.
To just on prayer alone.
Yeah, no, the prayer alone was not gonna be easy.
Yo.
You know, I remember getting out. My mom was like, "Yo, Tina, you know we don't do this go high." I was like, "I know, but what are we going to do? Either my career is ending, you know." I remember the first time I was crying tears.
Yeah.
That's when I started to believe. You like it or not, these things, they do happen.
And they exist.
Yeah, they do happen, they do exist. State your prayers strongly, fruit. You know, don't ever pretend as like these things are not there. They're there.
And if they happen in football, they could be happening in other different working environments.
We see them happen. We have our sisters, they went through things like that, you know. These things, they do happen, Joe. But the sad part is, it's what I'm saying when we go back and talk about women's football in Haiti. Those are the struggles also women's football are fighting, while as people think women's football, it will be easy to grow.
All right, so sis, where to from here? I mean, you've got a book out. I've seen you've been promoting it as well. It's out on Google Play stores. It's out on Apple stores. Where else can people find your book?
My book, my book. They could only download my book, and the reason I started to realize which one came the sevens of social media.
Yeah.
You know, no one has time today to really sit down and read the book and finish the book. You know, there are those who are really lovers of reading. It's never about even upgrading to digital. It's about them loving to read physically, you know, a book. But today, the universe, the kids of today, they don't have time really.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, it was that target. The generation of today, they really not people who wants to read. But if I make it digital, they can see my videos, they can listen to audio. Those who wants to read, they can read. Some they can read while watching my audio. So I wanted to make it very interesting to the generation of today. Banga feeling as mele nye bookstore, mele nye ting ya funu kufundi ngwat gaposha mara mele nye bookstore, SNN nyo ting fundi ngwat gaposha. Aye. But wala hleli so akabanga ukuthi okay. Not the push. I sing it Google. Nay, I sing it download. So let's take it in the Passaga phone and in your entire scroll line. And I get a nanga make a phone of Mamela audio. You know, and there are people come on Peru can read. You know, I don't like to read. To tell them, I don't like to read. I rather watch and read or listen. Then I hear better than reading. I can't read loud. When I want to read loud, I can't do that. So how many of us I know footballers? There are many of us.
Yeah.
Besides even football, there are those also, you know, who are very intelligent, but who doesn't want to read. They just, if no more anything, I could just read 2 lines. Then I'm like, it's long. The people, they want something that they will get into it and understand it very quick and move on. You know, so I did my book to accommodate everyone. It's so unfortunately which people they want a physical book, but if I will have a physical book, it will be the end of my book. I don't want my book to end. I'm still alive. A lot of things are still gonna happen in life, and they're still happening in life in them that I didn't share. So I still wanna go back to my book and add slides, you know, and
so you
continue.
can do that, yeah.
Yes, it's a living book than a dying book.
That's so smart.
You know, it's a living book than a dying book.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't write my journey. My journey didn't end where I ended my book.
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of things that I didn't even share in that book.
Yeah.
You know, that I feel good. See, with time when I add in my book, when I add, it's something that I will add. My book will die when I die.
Wow. That's powerful. That's an interesting way of looking at it, because most authors, but no, bookstore, and then that's the end of it.
No, my book will die when I die. Because it means I need to write a part 2 year.
Yeah.
I don't have that. But if I want to add my stories, I just add to my GT.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Just your parting message to young females who are inspired by you, and young footballers in general, who want to get into the game, who want to follow your footsteps.
To follow my footsteps, it was not easy.
Yeah.
But to follow my footsteps, you need to stay disciplined. You need to be passionate about what you do. You need to have a drive. There must be something that drives you. For me, my drive was my poverty.
Yeah.
More than anything, I wanted to change my poverty. I wanted to help my mom. My mom was a single parent, a disabled parent. You need to work hard. Know what you want. It's not even about the coach. It's not even about the other person that supports you. It starts with you to motivate the other person that supports you. I will say, even today when I coach, I'll tell players, there is no good player, until you achieve what really you set your goals to achieve. Because even today, Abu Messi, they're still playing, they're still being coached. It simply says there is no good player. You're good while you still doing things in the field. So it's all about hard work. You need to put your extra training sessions, because if you wait every time for your coach, it simply says your goals rely to your coach. Sometimes my goal relied to me, and the coach was another step is to reach my goal. So I will say to them, they need to work hard, and they need to stay loyal to themselves. They need to pray also and believe ukuthi while I'm working hard, I know each and and respect. I believe ukuthi also respect, it will take you a long way. When you know ukuthi uphuma was abantu abadala, I'm sure a lot of blessings will come on your way. I just want to say also to the sisters that are making it in the industry, we have a lot of sisters who are making it, a lot of brothers who are making it in our communities, but when they start to make it, they leave. They really don't come back and check how they can help and give back to save the situations that are happening in our township. I do believe we to start with us as black people. When even a 5 rand, my 1 rand, I'm sure it can change other people's life. It doesn't have to be yummy. So I'm just saying, I do believe we will change Ikasi as black people. We don't have to move away from Ikasi when we have money. We just have to think how we can make our Ikasi be safe. We can create a suburb if we can believe in our culture.
That's powerful. Very powerful. Yo, wait, I can speak to you for another 2 hours, but I'm like, because, as you speak, I'm just getting all these thoughts that come to mind, and I'm like, I should have asked this, because, you're a legend who's lived a life that's just been, amazing, because, I'm a lover of football, and, and I've watched you so many times, and, so it's an honor for me and an inspiration for me to just ukhuluma nawe and just to hear your journey and just to feel ukuthi yazi umuntu uyamfeel, and I can feel ukuthi you're honestly genuine and honestly real, and I could see ukuthi abantu baseKaslak bayakunqaswa futhi,
blind mina enjoy mengwenye indawo.
Yeah,
because mengwenye indawo babona uPortia Modise.
Yeah,
I just want to be normal all the time. Ngilana nyazokhela la passion yasho.
Yeah,
okay. Yawena, yeah. Yabona akekho umuntu ofila ukuthi kumele ngikhothamele.
Yeah,
Akekho umuntu omela afile ukuthi kumele ngibuliswe in a certain way.
Yeah,
I love that because it reminds me nami ukuthi I'm a human being. It reminds me ukuthi I must always have ubuntu. It reminds me ukuthi I always need to reach out.
Sure.
I love the fact ukuthi nabantu abancane ukuthi yewena Portia
Yeah.
I love that. When I'm in Amanyamakasi, I'll see the treatment, there was a pure, you know, the one was to push. I always take that away from people. No man I always make people to feel comfortable and understand what coffee.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to go to coffee. You don't have to go to push. I don't need 25 things around me to feel in your push. I created to push with nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so why I need to change now? You know, I was raised not having all the things that are privileged today in front of me. You know, I can still live no man not there. You know, it's not like every time I want those privileged things, you know, I give it to those who want them.
Yeah.
You know, kunabantu out there enjoy to be pampered, to be taken like a celebrity. Mohamba so na security date. Security man. These people, they are the ones that love me. Why now they need to hurt me?
Yeah.
They're not gonna harm me, these people.
Yo.
They are the ones today who supported my career. They are the ones who give me the power that I have, the recognition. Menghamba is threatening, feeling nothing important just because they take that time and the second to say, Portia.
Yo, there's so much power in what you are saying because a lot of our blacks, most of us, and but Mautia Beggar today, it's like people are so self-important. I'm like, where and what happened?
I know abantu bafuna respect ngoba you can do what you have that, you have this. Now people believe that you deserve to have a respect ngoba when you're driving a Jaguar or you drive. Everyone deserves a respect. It doesn't matter what you have. You know, kunezinto a life in sometimes ezingeke zifune imali yazimoshonelwe kune situation crisis eyenzakala ekhaya. You know, you can't go to people and say, you can't buy that. It needs to come genuinely from your neighbors and say, we want to go and help Portia. Portia has been a part of the community. I'm actually like this.
Yeah.
You know, because these are the people I grew up now. These are the people, families that they raised me, mothers that raised me. You know, it doesn't say about today, I'm saying Vele TV, they are no longer my mothers. They are all my mothers. You understand? So it's how we were raised. You know, that is why it imbego yako.
Yeah.
Ubuntu bako will take you far. I don't believe kusasa if something really bad could happen to me, my Kaslam will never stand with me. I stand with them each and every day. You know, I share everything that I have with them. I show them that I'm nothing better than you guys. I'm just saying. You know, so I don't think ukuthi anything can happen to me today. Abantu bazothi awulayekile vele uzenza ngcono namanga bangakeka
bakadila ngawe
kazama uthi kenza lishawa liyathethisa ulishaye kenza ulithindi uyalithethisa.
Yeah.
So mamela I'm so proud that you be Kenza. I'm so proud to be a Sowetan.
Wow,
I will never change anything
or
anything.
Your story inspires me, man. That's why I had to have a sit down now because, you know, and I thank you for giving me your time. And, you know, Abantawapaya that I try to reach out to, like, Abanye, they'll think Uguti they are bad. And I'm like, I just want to hear your story. I want us to share your story. And imagine now you are a celebrated person. So let me celebrate you and have a conversation now so that your story can touch one or two young people who are watching this show, who are listening to this concept, to this podcast. Bazoti, no, manyazi. That story, Saga Portia, this is how my life, there was a turning point.
It's what I always saying. I see some of celebrities, you know, we go to these clubs, but you know, then we go there to support. We're not going there really to drink. We're going there to support you, my brother, because we love your music. We want to see you doing your thing live. But you know what amazes me most of the time is you not ungena buntu. After hours we waited for you. You don't even greet people. You know, you just walk, then you just go to your vinyls and play. Then you surround abantu abayithethe bakuvimbile. You play your vinyl, then you leave. You don't even take photos to people. Then for me, I'm thinking, I'm like, wow. That is why when things go down in our lives, the first exit was bulala. Because you know for a fact that you can't reach out. You were never people's people. How do you reach out, man? Or whereas people, they will hammer you.
True, ne?
They will hammer you.
It's true.
Because it's how when now you labeled yourself a gas.
Yeah.
This is something you didn't do better. You know, I'll sabaz abantu. You know, when I saw no buntu bako bungono. You know, so now when is into sazingasahambi kahle. That's when was valid over the depression. So vele TV ukhala inyembe ezingapheli. Yeah, you know, ngisahlanganela. Abantu they don't care. Cuz ngasikhathi uhlanganelo. He didn't care about anyone. So why now they need to care?
Sure. Powerful. You are a legend, man. I appreciate you. It's been amazing. Such a humble soul, man. I truly hope I can learn from your words today, because you know, Ubuntu, humility is what we need.
The more we share our stories, the more we change lives. Ukumbule, mina, I saw a lot of kids, they will say, Mr. Bangutu Shale TV, young Shale TV.
Yeah.
Like Shale TV.
Yeah.
Mr. Bangutu Hangus Bulise, why? Niang Bulise. Mr. Bangutu Hangus Kuruma, Angutatan is Tom, Kurumana, why? Why, Gandhi, why I had this talent? I had this talent for me or to inspire other people. If it was for me, I'm 100% sure I was gonna play Jartin like it in one of us album.
Yeah.
But I don't think Unkulunkulu gave me this talent to be for me. It was for the people. So I need to share it with people.
Absolutely. Unbelievable. Listen, I could talk to her for another 2 hours because Lomuntu Low's got so much to tell. Incwadi yakhe nayo ayikapheli.
Like I said, if I made a copy of my book, as much as I know people want signatures and have that book in their shelves, you know, those who are lovers of books. It's so unfortunate because I didn't want to limit myself.
True.
You know, I didn't want to cut my journey.
And it's not like you are done. You're still continuing. You are living. Yeah.
You know, I'm not done. I'm still gonna climb. I'm still gonna fight.
Yeah.
I still have to come back and share these stories.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Remote Togoza Park today, Momfolo, White City, Chapavu, Mokasia, Yadikasi, Soweto. This is like Soweto, Kikasia, like Soweto's got so many legends, man. And I think
Soweto is a talented place, but it's so unfortunate. Luguti it's not really equipped, you know, to really bring that sunshine of the talent that we have. We do have talent. It's so unfortunate, Luguti. You'll see it few seconds, 10 minutes, it's gone. You know, because we can't really protect and nurture it. There's no resources. So
sad, man. So sad. But continue with the fight, and I think you have a bigger vision and a bigger purpose. And your purpose is not done. No,
it's not done.
Playing football was just one aspect of it.
Joe, playing football, it was a gift. If I no mundo or shy ceiling, man.
Yeah.
Some seventy. But if me visit TV message, which all about the shy ceiling.
Yeah.
If me seventy shop writing shy till I mina menye shop writing yagule line ngoba le line lo assist lo ya line yakhe avaya ngabe seka famous.
Yeah.
But kahle mine was made ukuthi entertain those who can't entertain. You know, those who help us in different way, they entertain us in different way. After playing football, I go to shop, I shop. I need to pay, someone is helping me. Go to the garage, I pay petrol, someone needs to help me. Now, but they're playing a role in our life in a different way. It's just that they're not being showed on TV. So not when they are done doing their work, we are those people who bring joy and say, I want to go and watch Kaizer Chiefs and the Pirates, in favorite Chiefs. Now, I'm also relaxed and I'll put my spanning. We are those people that bring a joy in a different way and give you peace in a different and make you upset. It's another journey. It's another journey. Because sometimes we don't give you results. Other people are so passionate and too deep about their teams. So it's a two-way street, man. It's a two-way street.
I've always said, Uguti, sports people, Nabanta Basema arts, you are responsible for the general happiness of a country.
Yes.
So, and I once said this to someone, I wish government could say, they are responsible for happiness. Your country. If you think of even WAFCON and all the other big celebrations, it was only sports, the arts, that brings happiness in a country.
So it's so unfortunate, Lugusi. Those are the people that are not being respected here in this country.
And the investment, like I've always said, Nakuan, if your president says we are going to invest 100 billion rand on infrastructure, they could be saying, Yazin, President, we are taking that 100 billion and investing it in arts and culture because these people, Ibabaleta happiness in the country.
But they don't think so. Who are in power. Sometimes I always say, we had people that Tina gave us hope. Although no mama bengabe nabo babe nenkinga zabo life in, I didn't want to know inkinga zabo, but them inspiring us, them giving us power, them giving us a voice. Abantu abafana nabo Mandela. Because I don't believe if Mandela didn't take us this far, we're gonna be where we are today as a country. We're gonna struggle. But having abantu nabafana Mandela sacrificed themselves. They had a purpose. They were born with a purpose. They were born with a job. To say one day you're gonna be a leader, one day one day you'll fight proud, one day you'll choose this for many years, for other people's freedom, and he took it. He took it and we have a freedom today. So Tina, we're one of those people, we follow the footsteps and say, if Winnie Mandela did it, why you wanna be selfish, Tina? I wanna do it too. Can I be part of those who did it? If I have to die, raising my voice for right things, let it be it. It's fine. I didn't die drugs. I didn't die gunning people down. I didn't die being a useless thing. I died trying to, save the young generation that is coming after me, putting a voice to say they deserve better. So if I have to be killed for that, I'm still raising my hand for that.
So be it.
So be it.
Yo, my guest today has inspired me, Bafueto. Let me tell you, man, it's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you and just to hear your journey. So we are out at Lalwana Vie. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Tell other people about this channel and keep liking and subscribe to this channel. Peace. Boom.